Hello everyone, very different video today. I am at Papa Bagel. I don't know if you can see that in the background, and I don't know if you can even hear me, but there's cars all over the place. I'm in Leighton right now. I've never stepped foot in this side of London, other than it being east, of course. But I've never actually been to Leighton. So I'm here basically to try bagels with an Italian twist. Now, I think they originated in Poland, so we're gonna see what Italian bagels are all about. I love things that have holes in them, so let's go. So this is the menu just to show you guys. Obviously we've got the classic chicken, then we got the salmon, veggie, and then the vegan one, which I'll probably be getting this one. However, this is like the normal breakfast one. And let's be real, I'm here to try Italian things. So probably gonna get the vegan meatball just because meatballs in a bagel just sounds interesting. Then you got a whole bunch of sides, potatoes, vegan meatballs on their own, spinach bites, side salad, but we're not here to have a salad. Also, if you do come here, there's obviously like quick brekkies, right? A whole bunch of options if you just want something really quickly. Who doesn't love a quick sausage, huh? Two of them, just in case you are of the plant-based variety. Now, not sure if it was really picked up on the actual menu portion of what I call B-roll apparently, but a lot of these is a bit pricey. Do you know what I mean? We're looking at £10 for what I want to get. Then you've got £12 for a classic bagel, for example. You got Mama's Fave, which is £10. Mama's Favorite better be for £10. So it is steep, you know, we'll say that for a bagel. Do you know what I mean? When you dumb things down, obviously you got 2 pieces of bread, some filling. It is expensive, but we're in London. However, we're not in like bougie parts of London. And if you're from Leighton and you've heard me now say it's not a bougie part of London, well, be honest with yourselves. So I did actually pretend to be some sort of filmmaker, and I did shoot some B-roll here, a lot of different Italian things, pastas, some milk, some fruit in a bowl if that's your bag, some pictures, and oh man, some alcohol. Then here's me with a reflection, some different snacks here as well. They did have a lot of variety to buy. Here you can see some of the bagels, the owners in the background there, different pastries, fruits again, if that's your bag. We're not on an adult website, but here's some cake. Owner in the background once again. She was very nice, by the way. Nobody questioned why I'm shooting B-roll of a fridge, but I wanted to show you guys some of the variety of drinks. Surprisingly, this small place did have a lot to offer, which is pretty good. And then lastly, the interior, very cozy place. But now let's get into the reviews. So I actually wanted to read the reviews first before I get into the food, just to get a feel of what people are saying, I guess. Perhaps I should have read it before, but I guess we're here now. So first, Eliza says, 2 bagels and a coffee were £27 and it took them 25 minutes to make it all. We were the only people there. So bad it was kind of funny. No apology or explanation for why putting some locks on a bagel took that long or cost that much. Unimpressed. Then Erwin says, a great pleasure to go there for lunch and won't regret. Their food was delicious, especially the calabrese bagel, so fresh and a nice spicy kick. And a must try is their roast papa potatoes with vegan mayo. Didn't have space for dessert, but will definitely try another time. And I mean, in terms of the potatoes, I actually did get the potatoes. And then another of the recent ones, food really good, so large selection of vegetarian choices. The staff were super friendly too, definitely pay another visit. There were a lot of choices, especially if you are vegetarian / plant-based, and for sure I agree the staff were super friendly. Now, in terms of, big up you, it's like they're trying to stop me from getting out this piece of negativity maybe. It did take a while, however, I understand it. She's alone in there, right? So I'm not going to kick up a fuss about it. Maybe, obviously, I don't know Eliza's experience. Maybe it was a particularly bad day or something, I don't know. But each to their own. I didn't mind waiting, especially if the food is going to be good, but we'll find out. So I found the quietest place I could, and there's hardly any noise here. So if I start screaming like how I normally do in commentary videos, it just goes left. First of all, actually, I should tell you the price, right? I actually paid $21.50 for, obviously, the meatball bagel. This drink, which I'm excited to try because I'm a big fan of kombucha. Everyone out there, shout out kombucha, sponsor me, any single one of you. And also some potatoes, because Mama's potatoes, I think it was called or something. So this is a kombucha. It's blueberry juice. It's something else which I've forgotten, so forgive me. It's all right. I mean, the flies are here, so that must mean it's nice, I guess, or bad, depending on how you want to look at things. So the drink's all right. It's nothing crazy. Here is obviously the main star of the show, but we'll probably get into that a little bit later. Actually, I might actually think it's... Let me see, because I'm not professional. Okay, this is the potatoes. I don't know if you guys can see that. You cannot, so I'll be back. So these are the potatoes, very nicely seasoned, I must say. And then there's a pot of mayo, baby. So we'll get into this, and I will now revert the camera back. You know, to anyone who is from Leighton watching this, I actually take it back because this area is actually quite nice. So we'll crack open the bad, but I don't want to box the bag to fly away. Put my water in there, give it a sniff test, because I smell everything. Apparently it's very herby, as you would probably expect from Italian food. This is the potato once again, very much seasoned. Dip that in there. Look. Oh, if that's even showing up on the camera properly. Remember guys, I'm not a professional. Bon appetit. No, that's French, isn't it? Ooh, that's really nice. Now, some might say it's quite unorthodox of me. Oh, there is a fly. Please don't. Some might say it's unorthodox for me to be eating potatoes at this time of day. I don't even think it's 10 a.m. right now, but to be honest, I'm breaking fast, and it doesn't matter what you break fast with. Going in for another. It's actually very nice. Potentially the sauce is a bit too creamy, but that might just be because my taste buds have not woken up fully yet, but it is very nice. Now, obviously, this is the main star of the show, so we'll crack it. Oh my, that is an interesting... I went for the sesame because the owner recommended it adds more crunch and stuff. Here we... Oh, that cross-section. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Maybe the aubergine meatball thing could look better, but overall, I think it looks all right. Now, as always, looks are just one thing. It's all about what's inside. But actually, what's inside, it looks okay. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing too crazy. Potentially, maybe the meatballs could look better, but I don't really know what I was expecting, and it just dripped on my leg. So, first bite, here we go. I'm trying to get like the angle to get everything, but okay, so it's gonna fall out. Let's be honest. I don't know how to attack this. Now, granted, I didn't actually get any of the meatball, but the actual bagel itself, outside of the meatball, is really nice. I will say though, as I don't know if you can see, but like as I would have expected and wanted from a bagel, I want to get a bit messy. So, and not the footballer. This is part of the meatball. If you can see like the little aubergine bits. Now, I will say, aubergine, which you call eggplant in America, or courgette, which you guys call zucchini, and then cauliflower, are like my least favorite vegetables. Now, as someone who is plant-based, if you are plant-based or not, might be thinking that is criminal behavior. However, why do you love eggplants? Tell me. Is it the fallacy of the object? Huh? But anyway, this is the meatball. Let's give it a taste. I will say that I'm not a big fan of meat replacements, right? When things are obviously not real chicken, but they're made with ingredients to mimic chicken, sort of. This, it's not very flavorful. It's not bang, smacking you in the face, which might be a good thing because I'm not the biggest fan of aubergines. But if you do try this, just don't expect a hit of flavor. Maybe if I did have it, obviously without it falling out of the bagel, amongst in and around these other things, the flavor would have been masked more. But I guess tasting it like this, you get the true flavor of it, which is not that much, but it's serviceable, I would say. But maybe it's my fault. Maybe I should have tried the actual vegan breakfast one. That might be different vibes. But you can't come to an Italian bagel place and not have an Italian bagel, right? So I would say if you are vegan, and any vegans out there, look at the avocado on my thumbs. I will say anyone who is plant-based, if you're in the area, of course, go check it out. But if you're also a meat eater, check it out as well, because the lady's very nice, to be fair. She's so welcoming, and I will say there was a bit of a wait, right, for my food, which that first review that we looked at actually did mention. But considering she's alone in there and sort of dealing with delivery guys, people coming in and out, asking for the Wi-Fi as well, do you know what I mean? I feel like she's doing a good job. And never crucify a retail/hospitality worker when they're on their own, because they're on their own, and unless you've worked in that sector, in that industry, when you're alone, you get dirty things done to your... So, it's not bad. Also, before I leave, I just wanted to show you guys where exactly I was sitting, right? Because it's kind of cool. Look, it's like sunbeds, but obviously there's no sun here, but it just looks kind of cool, innit? So that's that. Sorry if that bit looked a bit weird, because obviously I just wanted to try that feature out of this camera, turning it around. Lovely sunflowers and stuff, although I think there was some poo on the floor. So overall, I would, if we're gonna go in terms of like pricing first, it's bloody steep. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can see me in this mirror, right? This is how steep it is, going like that, so low, all right? So Megan the Stallion would be proud of me there. So price, I mean, you expect proper quality, you know, if you're gonna have something like that. But would I say it was proper quality? It was nice. The owner was nice, but I wouldn't say it's £21.50 worthy, because like that's a lot of money for a bagel, some potatoes, and this kombucha, which is nice. But in terms of service, very, very nice woman, very nice atmosphere around the place. I don't know if that would count as being service, but it's very nice. Oh, look, sunshine now. Now I'm glistening, huh? Hey, baby, look at that. Hey, today is a nice day, huh? London out here shining. Yeah, I love it. We rarely get that, so, and I think I said rarely, so I'm making new words. And then lastly, the food. Potatoes were nice. Maybe I would have liked them a bit more crispy, but shut the hell up, you know what I mean? It's 10 a.m, bruv. Bagel was nice. The bagel, outside of the meatballs, I would say, the vegan meatballs were, I don't know, I was expecting maybe a bit more sauciness about them. The drink was nice. So overall, like if I'm rating things, price, if you can hear people, there's people, because I don't own the streets, right? The price, if I'm giving it out of 5 stars, honestly, I'm giving it like a 2-star, you know, because it is kind of expensive. I would say 1 star if it was like £30. Then service, I'm giving 5 stars, maybe 4.5, just because I did have to wait a little bit. But then again, as I mentioned, it's understandable. And then food, I'm giving it like a 3.5, I guess. And look, You try it yourself if ever you're around here, right? But I don't know how many of you are gonna come later. But it was nice, but I wouldn't go like as far as saying, by the way, everyone, make sure you check both sides of the road before crossing. I wouldn't. Oh, what the? There's actually, I don't know if I can show that on YouTube. There's naked people on stickers here. It's okay. We'll just keep moving. Yeah. What? If anyone is new here, yes, I ramble on and stutter like I'm being prodded in the booty. I will say the food was nice, but it's not like I would travel, except I did travel here to try it, but I wouldn't if I lived like far away or something. Do you know what I mean? So it was nice. It could be better, but also maybe I will come back and try the actual breakfast version. Maybe that might be better, but if you're in the area, give it a try. It's definitely not the worst place I've ever been to, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best. And we're back with the cars again, so gonna call it there ish. If you can still hear me, hello. Please do let me know your thoughts and on this video in general, because it's very much a new concept for me, and if there is any kinks that need ironing out and stuff, hopefully as time goes on I'll sort them out. Piece of advice, if you're afraid of starting doing videos or whatever, definitely just start it and you can worry about perfecting it and making it good as time goes on. Just get out there, don't have regrets and stuff. But this is turning into a philosophical video. It's a food video, mate, so we'll call it there. See you guys next time. Bye. Bagels, huh? Bagels.